My name is Karen and welcome to today's Science Club. Today I want to show you how to make your own puzzle set that you can play with over and over again. This puzzle is called a Tangram and it looks a bit like this. So a Tangram starts in a big square, and it's a square that's been cut into 7 different pieces. The pieces are a mixture of triangles, a square, and a parallelogram. And the object of the game is to use the 7 pieces to make different shapes, things like letters or numbers, or shapes like rectangles or trapezium or big triangle, or shapes like animals and people. Now this, you can see this template was something that I had downloaded from the internet and printed. But don't worry if you don't have access to a printer. I'll show you in a minute how to draw your own Tangram square, and you can make one out of just plain paper. Here's what you need if you're making your own Tangram set from scratch. You need a piece of blank paper. This is standard office A4. You need a ruler. You need a pen and a pair of scissors. You may also want to have a glue stick and also some thin cardboard, like the box of biscuits or cereal, something like that, ready. That will help you make a better set, but it's not compulsory. Here we go. So first we need to make a square. To do that, you take your sheet of white paper, fold one of the corners and the edge all the way up diagonally till it touches the edge next to it. Now we can draw a line across here. This is where the original side has gone. And when you open it out, this section on the bottom should be a perfect square. We want to keep this fold line, and now we take the other corner and we fold it diagonally as well, and fold that diagonal line down because we want that marking as well. Now take your pen and ruler, and we will draw on this diagonal line. And then take this corner at the bottom and fold it to the middle. The middle is actually already formed by the 2 diagonal folds. So we want to fold it only to the middle, and when you open it out, you'll see a line here, and we want to draw that line in. Now, I'll just quickly show you the template. We're getting there, so you can start to see some of the lines on the Tangram template is copied over to the paper. Now I want to draw the line from this corner down to there, and it's a bit hard to see from the movie, but when you're doing the folding, you'll notice that the fold lines will help you draw the lines neatly. So that's one there. And here, to make the square, see where this bottom triangle ends, just on the edge. If you draw that, draw a line across it to this middle diagonal, you will get your square. And the very last line is this one, and we start at this junction there and we draw it across and try and have it nice and straight so that you get a nice parallelogram. Okay, we've just copied the Tangram template onto a piece of white paper. Now all we need to do is cut this up. So that piece we don't need, and cut along all these lines to separate out the pieces. Paper is quite flimsy and it's a little bit hard to move around when you play, which is why if you have some thin cardboard, like cardboard from a cereal box, for example, it's a good idea to stick the pieces onto cardboard. It will help you play with it more easily. You can also stick it to corrugated cardboard, but adults might need to supervise the cutting of the corrugated cardboard. Now, after you've cut out all the pieces, you're ready to play. You might also like to decorate the blank pieces by just coloring them in or drawing patterns on them if you like, if you usually like to decorate things. Now, the rules of the game of Tangram is that to make a shape, you have to use all 7 pieces. Every shape that you make, you're supposed to use all the pieces. And the pieces are not supposed to overlap. So they're supposed to just touch on an edge, and you have to use all the pieces. On the screen, there's a number of simple Tangram puzzles that are good for beginners, because you can see that there are faint outlines of all the shapes on the puzzle. So when you're just starting out, that will help you work out what shape to use where. So I'm going to try and build the house. I'll start with a big triangle, and then I need another triangle, and I need to rotate it till it's the right way up, and need to find 2 small triangles again and work out where it is. That's one there. I need to turn this upside down, and there's the parallelogram. So for adults, adult carers and parents, if you've got small children at home, they can also have a play with the Tangram too. You can just use the different pieces to talk about things like size and color and the names of different shapes. And younger kids can also have a go at just making different shapes out of the pieces without being strict about the 7 piece. Everything has to be on used kind of rule. So here we go. I think I've made the house. It's a little bit wonky, but that's what it's like. So every piece has been used and they're all touching, not overlapping. Okay, and that's it for Tangrams. So here's again some examples of easy Tangram puzzles. So these were found on the internet. If you just do a web search for Tangram puzzles, you should be able to find lots of diagrams and pictures of different puzzles at different skill levels. If you want something a little bit harder, then look for puzzles that are all one color, because that doesn't give you any clues of where each piece goes, and you need to figure that out yourself. So Tangrams are really portable and quite easy to make, so you can make lots of different sets and have one in the car or have one that you take with you when you travel. Hopefully it will keep you entertained for a long time.